This guy's such a dick. Like, damn.
He doesn't even know I'm here.
We have a theme, and it all started with this book. An isekai story. Like, I freaking love this. And they're just the cutest. Like, I don't know, I love them. Anyway, hey, it's Ruby. Welcome back to my channel and to a new reading vlog. This one's gonna be a little bit different than the usual ones because usually we have some sort of goal in mind. We're either reading new releases or just romances, or we're doing one of the challenges, bookshelf ultimatum, clear the cart, finishing series I'm in the middle of, but not this week. This week, I'm just going to be mood reading. And if you saw the title, then you know we're going to be seeing how much I read in a week as a slow reader that has all the time in the world to read. So I feel like that's like the juxtaposition, is that I am a slow reader, but I do have all the time in the world to read. From the minute I wake up to the minute I go to sleep, I can be reading. I don't have other responsibilities currently. And it's funny because like I've been posting weekly recaps on TikTok because it's hard to do a monthly wrap up on TikTok when I read more than 20 books in the month. I don't want to be there 10 minutes, you know, people will click out, but doing them weekly, it just really, I feel like it's worked out because I read about 5 books a week. At least it's what I've been doing recently. And I'll get comments or DMs saying like, how do you do that? Like, do you even have a job? No, my dude, I don't. I would love a full-time job. I would love to have children, but it's just not in the cards for me right now. It just has not happened. I don't have a full-time job because I need a remote job. I've talked about it in the past. And I don't have children because it hasn't happened. And it may never happen. And that'll suck. But I hope one day I'm so busy that I don't have time to read. But that's not my reality right now. My reality right now is that I do have all the time in the world to read. So I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna appreciate it. And I'm gonna just roll with where I'm at right now in my life. And so I'm really grateful that I get to really fully dive into this hobby because for many, many years I was so busy with work. I was working 2 jobs so that my husband could go to college, and I didn't have time for anything. Like, I did my one job, then I went to my other job, and then after that job I was having to work till like midnight to finish the paperwork from the first job. And like, I was so stressed, and like he saw how stressed I was. Like, it wasn't like he was like, you know, he would try and help me as best he could, but like it's not like he could do my job for me, you know. So yeah, I was just so stressed, and now my life's taken a 180 and I'm super grateful. So anyway, let's not chat too much about stuff because we need to dive in. So I do have like a tentative TBR of books that I really want to read. I want to read Heavenly Bodies. I've already started this. This is my book club's pick for March. If you didn't know, I do have a book club over on Fable, completely free to join. Definitely join us. It's called Ruby and the Gems, and it's linked in the description of every video. I really, really love book club. I love chatting with people. Every chapter that I read, I try and be in the chapter chats to see what people are saying. And you never get spoiled because you only click the chapters that you've reached. So I really like that. I'm about 40% of the way in, so I'll be finishing this one out. I also really want to read this one, The Rose Bargain. I picked this up before it like blew up, before everybody was talking about it, solely because I saw it on Barnes & Noble and it just looks super pretty. And then I opened it and it's like Bridgerton, but with fairies with a love triangle. That sounds like everything that I love. And then this one, it's been everywhere. It's getting sponsored a lot, so everybody's pushing it, but I do want to read it. It does sound interesting. It's like The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue meets This Is How You Lose the Time War, and I ended up going to Barnes and getting their copy, which I shouldn't have done. I should have read it first, but I was there. It was $5 off. I had a fetch reward to use, which I talked about fetch rewards in a previous video, and a couple of you signed up. So thank you so much, because you get bonus points. I get bonus points. Anyway, those are like the tentative ones, and then we'll see. I probably will read more than that in the week, if I'm being honest, because like I said, I've been reading about 5 books a week. So let's start off with Heavenly Bodies and see where it takes us. It's 6:20 and I have done nothing today. I have not been remotely productive today. I haven't really read. I haven't done any chores. I've just been on my phone, on social media, on TikTok, on Instagram, checking my emails. Like, I've done nothing today. And it's funny because like I have a lot to do. I have to edit and I have to do it today. So I was going to take like at least, it depends which video I edit. Yeah, I'm probably going to do that after dinner. It's 6:20. I'm getting ready to cook dinner because my husband texted me that he's going to come home already. And let me show you what I've read. Let's see. I've been reading on my Kindle. Chapter 32, 48% of the way in. But keep in mind, this is where I started. So chapter 32 is... Oh. I've read this much today. That's like 10 pages. It's okay. Like I said, this week's gonna be more chill. It's just gonna be kind of spending the week together and seeing how it goes. Some days I don't read at all, and that's very average for me. So it's okay, but let's do a little recap of Heavenly Bodies because I haven't really been into it. Unfortunately, I'm like, I don't hate it, but I feel like I wanted to pick up. I'm halfway, and I feel like it is gonna pick up because the last thing that I read, it's like, okay, here's the bad guy. We finally meet the bad guy at like the 48th percentile of the book. So now that he's arrived, I'm like, yes, this is what I was waiting for. But it did take almost half of the book. The girl, Alara, is from the kingdom of, what's it called? Asteria. And Asteria is dealing with a lot. First of all, they are like the outcast kingdom. Everybody kind of went against them, and they're considered like the bad kingdom, I guess, because their powers are rooted in like darkness and shadows, and they're seen as the bad guys. They're anti-light. And so not only are they dealing with that, warring with the other kingdoms, but within the kingdom, their star, his name is Ariet, and Ariet is the patron star of Perseus, the king of stars. So he is like the star of all the stars. He's the god of wrath, war, and blood. And there is this prophecy that says that our main girl, Alara, is tied to this star. Let me read the back so I don't spoil something for you. Yeah, it says, Alara has been cursed by fate. A prophecy promises she will fall for a star, but that it will kill them both. So when Ariet's star of wrath and war descends to wreak havoc on Alara's kingdom of night, she flees her home only to be captured by the neighboring Helios kingdom of light. And there she falls straight into the arms of the enemy prince. And yeah, that's exactly what happens. The first half of the book, it starts off with a bang. It's like, oh, like she gets kidnapped by these people. She tries to fight back. She shows that she, you know, she's got fire in her. She is a badass, but she doesn't really have a hold on her powers because of reasons. And so this enemy prince is tasked with helping her master her powers because the kingdom of Helios wants to take down that the god of wrath and war, that guy that she also wants to take down. So it's like the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Let me cook dinner and then probably catch up with you tomorrow. Probably. Okay, I'm gonna pick up Terms and Conditions by Lauren Asher because where is it? Oh, there they are. I'm gonna pick this up because I need an audiobook while I cook. So I did find that this was already available. So we're gonna start this one too. There's Butters. Happy Tuesday. It is 6 p.m. The whole day's gone by. I woke up late today. I woke up like at 10:30. I have a terrible sleeping schedule. I usually go to sleep between 2 to 4 a.m. and wake up between 8 to 10 a.m. Like just my internal clock. That's how it works. And I woke up at 10:30 today. We went to the dog park. We played a little bit. I came back and I've done chores. While I did chores, I listened to the audiobook of Terms and Conditions by Lauren Asher. Yesterday was not a good reading day. I practically didn't read. I read 103 pages and it is what it is. My brother and I talked on the phone from like 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. just about music and movies. I mean, no, music and books. I'm not a big music girl. I used to be, but as I get older, I just don't listen to music as much, which is weird, but it is what it is. But he's huge on music, so he was just telling me a bunch of songs that he likes, and I was looking them up on YouTube, and we were talking about them. And then I was supposed to reread Dark Rise with him. He did it. I have not. And then he started Dark Air by C.S. Pacat. We love that series. So I need to get on that. But let's talk about Terms and Conditions. I don't love this. I've got to say, I don't love it. This is book 2 in the Dreamland Billionaires trilogy. Book 1 was following the youngest brother, and then book 2 is following the eldest brother. And I liked book 1. It was entertaining, 4 stars. I'm very lenient with romance. I feel like I'm a lot harsher with fantasy. That's because fantasy is like my number 1. I expect so much from fantasy. I love fantasy so much. And with romance, I just want a good time. Which, should I do that with my ratings? Probably not. But I'm letting you know, just so you know, that I don't hold romance to the same standard as fantasy. It just is what it is. But if I'm entertained, if I have a remotely good time, it's going to be at least 3 stars. Right now, I don't know, girl. I don't know. I'd say I'd give it 3 stars, but this guy's such a dick. Like, damn. He's just the worst. He is just beyond grumpy. He is an asshole. And she is a doormat. And I get it. Like, I don't remember how old he is because they don't say it in this one, at least not so far. But I feel like they said it in the first book. But he's got to be at the very least 35. And I think he's about 38 and she's 23. And I remember being 23. I was young. I was naive. If you're 23, no shade. No shade. I wish I was 23 again. Like, oof, I wish. But sadly, I'm not. But I definitely grew from 23 to 35, like dramatically. We are not the same Ruby. So I get it. You know, she's young, but they're annoying me. To be honest, they're annoying me. And if you don't know what this is about, we follow 3 brothers who essentially are the billionaire heirs to Disney World, but it's called Dreamland in this world. And their grandpa dies in book 1 and leaves a will with instructions for each brother, a task that they have to do in order to get their inheritance, and also a little extra. For Declan, it's to get his inheritance and then to become the CEO of Dreamland and knock his dad down a peg. They hate their dad. The dad is the villain of the trilogy. They hate him. But I've got to say, I'm just not loving it because he's such a dick. And I'm like halfway almost. And he still is. So don't have high hopes about that one, but whatever. This one though, I just stopped reading it. I don't even know where I'm at because I'm reading it on my Kindle and I left my Kindle in the bedroom. But I want to say I'm on like chapter 40. Let's see. Thunder Boom Exploded. No, I'm on chapter 41. The chapters in this book are really short. Oops. See? There we go. Gosh, yeah. I'm on chapter 41, page 279. So I'd say, yeah, I'm definitely past the halfway mark. And this is now getting good. The first half was slow. Not gonna lie. The first half was slow. But we have reached a point where I am invested. I feel like we're getting all these little questions, but we don't have answers yet. Something just happened with the sirens in this book, and I need answers because the sirens know something that we don't know. And yeah, I really like the characters. I like Laura. I like Enzo. I love Enzo. I love, what's his name? The friend Leo and the other girl, the maid girl. Like, I love them all. They're all cool. I even love the bad guy. He's a good bad guy. Definitely bad because he just did something that I was like, wow. But I'm liking it now that it's picked up. This something huge would have to happen. Like, the last half has to go hard for me to even consider a 5-star. It's definitely sitting at 4-star territory right now. So today's been a really productive day. Happy Wednesday. Um, I woke up, showered, the usual. Then Butters and I went downstairs to the park. He did his business, did his little laps. Then we came back and I finished reading Terms and Conditions, and then I made myself lunch, which I had an extra container from Cheesecake Factory, and I was like, I'm gonna use it to shake up a salad. But I was pissed because my avocado was super hard. It was not ready, so I couldn't put avocado in it, and that really did ruin my day a little bit. So I ate, I washed dishes, I washed my makeup brushes, I did a load of laundry, and then I sat down to edit. And I just finished editing Saturday's it's like Clear the Cart. So I don't know when you're watching this video, but it was the Clear the Cart, the last one you saw. And I still have to upload it, do the thumbnail, do the description, do the links, all that stuff. Vlogs take a while. Those are the only ones that really take a while, reading vlogs, to edit and like get up. Everything else, hauls, unhauls, any sit down video, it's a one take thing for me. So it's minimal editing. It's like quick. But vlogs, damn, those take a while. So right now I'm going to continue to do that. It's 4:30. The sun's setting. I turned on a light. I'm going to continue to do that and then maybe dedicate some time to reading and continue just, going about my day. Yesterday was a good day though. Even though we went out for a bit, I did get quite a bit of reading done. So I finished Terms and Conditions, and honestly, not much to say about it. I didn't love it. I gave it a gracious 3 stars, but this guy kind of sucked. The girl, I didn't like her either. But I'm invested in the brothers. I want to see how it plays out. The third brother, he's the middle brother, and I feel like he's the most interesting because he has battled with alcoholism, and I think he went to treatment and put in the work, and he's been trying to be proactive about it. But I think he had a relationship that was hurt and ended because of this. So I think that third book's like a second chance romance, and he's just such a good guy. He was the best friend of the girl from this book, and when the main guy, the MMC, was a dick, that guy stood up to his big brother and defended her and was there for her and like cared for her. So I think that one's gonna be a good one. This one, gracious 3 stars, more like 2.5. This one, no update to be had. I only read like 2 chapters last night because I finished Terms and Conditions. When we got home, it was 10. My husband immediately went to sleep, and I started editing a little bit, and then I played The Sims as I listened to Terms and Conditions, and then I finished it this morning, like just reading it myself. But since I'm done with that one, I have now picked up the Rose Bargain. I'm so excited. So I literally just started it. So I'm on chapter 5, but I'm already hooked. I already want to know how this is going to play out. It's not a very long book. I mean, it's like 400 pages, but I don't know. I don't feel like it's that long. So I'm excited to read this. If I become hooked, obsessed with it, I might abandon Heavenly Bodies until tonight, but I really want to finish it so I can just be doing one book a day. But it's my own fault. It's my own fault for just not pushing through with this one, and then, you know? So, yeah, it's been successful. Let's finish that video. Happy Thursday, friends. Today's another chill day, even more chill than yesterday, because yesterday I got a lot of chores done. There are things I could do today. I could vacuum, I could mop, I can do a lot of things. I might do some of those things, but I finished all my editing yesterday. Last night I did all the editing, and then today I woke up and I did the thumbnail, the description, the card, all that stuff. So I'm done with editing for the week, which is amazing. I could start editing this, and I probably will, because with reading vlogs, like editing little by little, day by day, is the way to go. So that in the end you're not left with a whole thing, which is what happened with that Clear the Cart 3 episode, that I just left it and then I had to do it all at once. But you know, I did it a little bit, little by little. But last night was like the big push, the stuff that I don't like to do, like adding the text and looking for the music and all that. Like, that's annoying, but I got it done, so I'm happy. We read 284 pages yesterday, which is like an average for me that tracks. And I did get to finish a book, so that was awesome. But I am almost done now with Heavenly Bodies, and I don't want to talk about it right now because like I'm almost done with it. So we'll probably recap it tomorrow, but not obsessed with it, unfortunately. Like, I like it. It's good, but I don't love it. What I do love about it is the couple. I really feel their chemistry. I really do like them, and they're so sweet and romantic with each other. So I like that about them. But then I started the Rose Bargain because I had finished Terms and Conditions. And right now I'm on chapter 18, page 159. So I'm nearly halfway. And I am liking this one. I feel like it's slow right now, slow moving, because I'm in the beginning parts. But I like the premise. And yeah, it's been nice. The whole love triangle thing that I was talking about is sort of coming into play, although I wouldn't say it's happening right now, because she very much is focused on one guy. But I do like it. I do like her interactions with one of the guys, with both of the guys. It's just very innocent right now. Not much has happened, but I think it has potential. Hopefully it does. It is YA, so I'm not expecting anything too crazy, but if I were to give it a rating right now, I'd still give it a 4-star because it's cute. I like it. So I hope something a little bit more sinister happens. Maybe we get a little bit of drama or something. The dust jacket does say, Ivy realizes that at the center of this contest lies a dark plot that could destroy all of England and her heart with it. So I'm not quite sure what the plot is right now. Like, there is something happening, and I don't know if that's what they mean, because it's not that dark. But I mean, I guess. I don't know. We'll see. That's all I'm gonna do today. I don't know if I'll recap you today again, because I'm really not doing anything. So I might see you till tomorrow. But right now, I'm gonna finish this because the book club needs a reading vlog. So this is first up, just a couple of pages to go. I know I said I wasn't going to do another update, but I just finished this and I'm going to update you. I really liked it. I felt like I complained, like I bitched and complained about the first half being slow and I was like a little bored, whatever. But by the end of the book, I ended up appreciating the slower first half because I felt like we really took the time to connect with the characters. And I found that I loved every single one of these characters. I loved the main couple, Alara and Enzo. I loved their friend group, Leo, Marissa, Isra. I loved them all. I loved the bad guys, the good guys, the stars. Like, I loved everybody in this book. And the way that it ends, it just seems like we're going to meet more people in book 2, which I'm excited about. And I really like this. I felt like it wasn't just like straightforward cookie cutter. Like, I felt like there was consequences, there were stakes. And I really like that. So yeah, I was a little nervous at the end that I don't love the resurrection trope, so I was a little nervous, but I'm okay. I'm satisfied with how they handled it. I don't want to spoil things for you, but I liked it. I don't know. Is it going to be a 4.25 or a 5 or a 4.5? One of those. There's this couple. I see them every day around this time. And they're so cute. They always walk with their little water bottles because, well, you don't need to know the whole thing, but they always go to the gym together around this time, and I always see them, and they're just the cutest. Like, I don't know. I love them. Anyway, I love that for them. My husband would never. I have a walking pad that I use because he would never go with me. I am going to cook. I'm going to do the prep work because I'm making enchiladas today, and I made the Mexican rice yesterday. And so today I'm just going to prep the enchiladas right now, and then I will just turn on my little toaster oven and melt the cheese when my husband finally comes home, probably like 2 hours from now if I'm being real. But while I prep, I'm going to listen to the audiobook of The Rose Bargain, and then I'm going to just finish it out today probably. I did listen to it, a little bit of it, while I was doing my makeup, but like very little because I pretty much don't put anything on my face, so that went by really fast. But yeah, it's a really fast-paced read, incredibly fast-paced YA book, but I've been liking it. So I'm excited. Tomorrow we're probably gonna start a new book, which it'll be a good Friday. Happy Friday, friends, from me and Park Jimin back there. I just ate my burger. I woke up around 10, which I fell asleep around 3-ish, 3:30. So that tracks. And then I did my morning routine with Butters. We went downstairs, the whole thing. And then I had to stop at reception to talk to somebody. And I talked to this guy because I thought we had to do a 90-day notice for move out because that's what the previous manager told us. But he's like, no, it's 60 days. So that's good because we don't have to give the notice till May, which is good because we don't have a forwarding address. We haven't even looked for a new place, but we just know that this place, that's expensive. Like, the location is amazing, but it's expensive. So we need to move. So we're going to be doing that. And yeah, I was talking to him, and I'm not very social IRL, guys. I'm just not. I'm very much an introvert. And I have no problem talking to you because, like, I feel like I know you. I talk to the camera every single day. But when it's like in real life and it's like somebody I don't know, I kind of shut down. But he's so nice. Like the other girl too, they're so nice. They're always greeting Butters. They literally will, like, we exit the elevator and they're like, good morning, Butters, like every day. And it's just the nicest thing ever. So I was talking to him about the apartment, and then we talked about dogs, and then we talked about books, and he was a cool dude. So I'm happy that I chatted with him, but that's like my interaction of the year, and we're done. But yesterday was a good day. We read 397 pages, which awesome. I never go, into a day with a goal, but for the sake of this video, we're keeping track, and I think that's the most we've read all week. I think Tuesday we were close, but we did finish Heavenly Bodies, and yesterday I fully edited and uploaded this spoiler-filled reading vlog for the book club. So I'm happy that I got that done yesterday because now they can watch that. And I also finished The Rose Bargain, so we'll talk about it. let's just talk about it. I was gonna pull something else, but let's talk about this. So you all know how excited I was for this. I was like freaking ecstatic that I got my hands on this, and not because I had heard anybody talking about it, but I saw it at the store and I thought it was so pretty. And then when I read the premise, I was like, it's like Bridgerton with fairies and a love triangle. That is gonna be my thing. That's gonna be 5 stars. And unfortunately, it was not. I gave this 3.75 stars, but it was a good story. I think I was expecting too much from it. And the main thing, I thought this was a standalone, and it's not. It's a duology. So that's on me. That's on me for being dumb and thinking it was a standalone. But we're apparently getting the second book next year, so I will be reading it because I like this enough to continue on. But essentially, we follow Ivy, and her family has been shunned by society, by the Ton. They want nothing to do with them, and they are in jeopardy of losing their estate because they have no more money. And it's all due to a scandal revolving around her older sister, which I'm not going to tell you what happened or anything because that's spoilery, but that's why they're kind of ostracized by the Ton. And she decides that she is going to take it upon herself to redeem her family and get them back in society's good graces because she loves them and she feels bad for them. So at the beginning of the book, we find out that this season, the prince is going to be taking a wife. And everybody's so excited. Oh my God, I get to be a princess. So the queen announces that 6 women are going to compete for the hand of the prince. And so she's one of the 6. And they go through some stuff to get to the end, to the finish line. So that was entertaining. And I really like the fact that the women, they like start off one way and then they kind of slowly morphs into something else by the end of the book, and I really like that. Also, what was unique was all the chapters are from Ivy's perspective, but you do get one singular chapter from all the other girls' POV, and it's just like one little glimpse at their story, but it's like abrupt because it's just like the one singular chapter. So that was a little jarring because it's just that one chapter, but I enjoyed their chapters. I wanted to know more about them and see what's going on behind the scenes. So I like that. And then the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition has an additional chapter in one of the prince's POVs, because here's where the love triangle comes in. Ivy is vying for the hand of the fairy prince, Prince Brahm. In this world, there's only 2 fairies, the queen and her son, Prince Brahm, and they close the portal to the other world. So nobody can get in or out. It's just them 2, and everybody else is human. And the prince has a step brother, the human prince, Prince Emmett. And Emmett is the son of the queen's consort, human consort. So they're not related, but they treat each other like brothers. They love each other like brothers. And that's where like the love triangle comes into play. But I did like it. I didn't love the characters. I didn't love the story. I did like it more than the characters, but there was a little twist at the end that I was like, okay, I didn't see that coming. But other than that, it is a very straightforward, predictable read, but I still enjoyed it. Definitely pick this up if you like the Regency era vibes with the addition of the fairies, because they're there and you do get, you know, a lot of fairy talk. So I did like that. Don't regret it, but not 5 stars. And then I've been saying we're going to read this one, but since I posted the reading vlog, I asked for recommendations for April's book club book. And I always ask for recommendations, and then I choose the top voted for books and I put them in a poll and then they vote. And somebody just suggested this one. So I'm going to hold off in case it wins, but if not, I'll just read it anyway in April. But I'm excited because today we have a theme, and it all started with this book. It actually started with the latest book haul that I did. I put a picture of, what's his name? Lord Mamunga. Let's just call him that. Anyway, I put a picture of him on the thumbnail and somebody was like, oh, I got excited because I thought you had gotten the light novels. And the reason I had put him is because I mentioned him, and then I just thought it would be funny to leave him on the thumbnail. I do have it, girl. Here it is. I only have the one though, but I'm going to start with volume 1 because I really want to read these. So the reason I have volume 8 was because this is my brother's, but for some reason, this is red. And he owns all 16 volumes and they're all black. And we got this from Barnes & Noble. I was literally with him when we got it. But it's red and it was bothering him. And listen, I understand. Sometimes things with your shelves bother you. And he's not picky about anything, but that was bothering him. So for Christmas, I got him... He needed volume 10 to complete the set. And then I got him a replacement volume 8, also from Barnes. And it was black. So I don't know why this one's red. But I was like, hey, can I have that? And he's like, yeah, I don't need it. So I only have volume 8, but it's going to stand in for volume 1, which I'm going to read the ebook. And I'm so excited in this. The reason, okay, dude, I know this video is going to be so long, but whatever. It's my week. So yeah, I got introduced to this through my brother because he was like reading all the light novels. He's read them multiple times and he loved them. And then my husband was like, hey, so do you want to go to the movies? There's this Overlord movie coming out and I want to watch it. And I was like, sure, whatever. If you invite me to the movies, I'm going. Like, I love going to the movie theater. So I'm sitting there eating my popcorn and I was like, what are we watching again? And he's like, Overlord. And I was like, so anime. And he's like, yeah. And I went into that movie knowing nothing because I didn't even ask. I was just like, cool. I just knew that the dude looked like a skull, a skeleton. That's all I knew. And I was like, whatever. I'm just going to tune out and watch the movie and eat my popcorn. And immediately the movie starts and I'm like grasped. I was like so into it. And I ended up loving that movie. And afterwards we went to go eat and I was just asking him all these questions. And I was like, that was really good. I don't know. I really liked it. So ever since, I've been wanting to watch the anime, and I've watched some episodes, but I need to go and like watch from episode 1 and pay attention. But I also want to read the light novels, so I'm going to start volume 1. In this, we follow this kid who he always plays this game, and he's like befriended people in this game, and like they form their own guilds, and amazing, right? But we find out that the server shutting down, like the game's gonna be no more. And so he logs in for a final hurrah before the server shuts down, and he ends up stuck in the game. He gets transported into the game, but once he's in the game, he realizes that things are different than they were when he was actively playing the game. Like, things are just not the same. The world's not the same. Like, things are different. And so he starts realizing that these NPCs like are really, they're acting like they're not NPCs. I don't know how to explain it, but they're acting like they have free will and they have ideas and all this. And so honestly, it's really funny to me, at least. I find it really funny. And he ends up trying to see if there's anybody out there like him, you know, not a part of the game, but that got transported into the game. And it's a whole thing. But I don't know the details because I've never read it, never watched it. I just, you know, from the limited stuff that I've watched. So I'm excited for this. And then I was thinking, like, what else do I pick up? Because this is going to be my ebook probably like during bedtime. And I want an audiobook also because I'm going to do chores today. So we're picking this one up. And honestly, if I love this, I'm giving this to my brother, because if I love this, then I'm going to want him to read it. And this is another, it's like Isekai Day. So in this, she doesn't fall into a video game world, but she falls into her book. And let me read you. It says, as her whole life collapses, Ray, R-A-E, like I want to name one of my daughters if I ever have one, Ray. Ray still has books. And it's because, sorry, I know I'm getting distracted. I love Sailor Mars and her name's Ray. That's why. It's not spelled R-E-A. Well, maybe I'll do R-A-I. Probably. Because R-A-E words, letters. R-A-E just seems like a middle name to me. I don't know. Anyway, Ray still has book. Ready? As her whole life collapses, Ray still has books. Dying, she sees a second chance at living, a magical bargain that lets her enter the world of her favorite fantasy series. So, books. She wakes in a castle on the edge of a hellish chasm, home to the once and forever Emperor, her favorite fictional character. He's impossibly alluring as only fiction can be. However, in this fantasy world, she discovers that she's not the heroine, but the villainess in the Emperor's tale. Time to assemble a rogues gallery of villains and hatch an evil plot. So, again, it's giving isekai, and I want to read these two together. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm so excited. But let's start off the audiobook and get some chores done. Do you see this? It's actually not a lot. It's just that the salad spinner is in there. But I need to do these dishes from dinner, and then I need to refill his coffee because he's out of his favorite one. So I need to refill it. We literally bought a huge case from Texas from HEB. But your girl's 5'2", so I need my little stool to get up there on top of the fridge. I am not going to be able to reach these. Do you see the box back there? It literally says 54 count. I'm not going to be able to reach it. This is the top of the fridge. And then we have this. I can reach the, well, not even. I mean, I can go to the back. These are really, really deep. They're like the size of the fridge. But there's no way I can get that box. Oh, I'm going to have to wait for him to come home. Oh, well. I tried.
He doesn't even know I'm here.
Oh my goodness, I didn't even know book 4 was out. I need books 2, 3, and 4 now, but this is a freaking brick. Are they always this thick? Not that I care, because I'm a fantasy reader, but so good. I'm here looking for this woven kingdom. Happy Monday. We have come full circle. We have finished the whole week of reading, and I am so excited to wrap this up. I'm gonna try and go as fast as possible because I know this video is probably long, but Friday my husband did in fact pick me up and we went on our typical dinner date, and I just spent the rest of the day with him, which is why I only read 28 pages that day. It wasn't for reading. And then Saturday I was reading some books. I finished a whole book, and it's like I started it and finished it in one sitting because it was a holiday read. It was this one, The Holiday Swap. The reason I picked this up was because I had started Long Live Evil and I was playing The Sims all night, and I found that I wasn't really paying, like, dedicating my whole attention to the book, so I would miss some parts. And the first half of that book is important because there are a lot of characters and the characters have names and titles, so you kind of do have to pay attention. And I found myself having to listen to things again and again and again. And I picked this up because I want to go through my Christmas books and unhaul the ones I don't want to keep, because I have a lot of them. I have like 14. And so, yeah, this one was available on audio, so I picked it up and I liked it. I will say, if you want a lot of Christmas, this is not the book for you. There's not a lot of Christmas going on. I feel like it was just at the very, very end, like the last chapter where they're like, it's Christmas, and that's it. So yeah, if you want Christmas, this isn't for you. Maybe pick up In the Holidays by Christina Lauren. That one has a ton of Christmas in it, and I love it. I gave that one 5 stars. I gave this one 4 stars. The ratings, take it with a grain of salt. Whenever I read Christmas books, like, the spirit of Christmas enters my body, and I rate Christmas books way higher than they should be rated. I'm very, very forgiving with Christmas books, and they are on a different scale all on its own. Like, do not think that this is actually a 4-star read. If I was going to be completely objective, I'd probably give this one 2.5 stars. but it's a Christmas book or holiday book. So in this, we have two twin sisters. They switch places because one of the sisters is on a TV show, a cooking TV show, and she's up to compete to be in like a new show, and she's like hosting with the super douchey guy. She ends up getting a concussion on the set. Something falls on her head and she loses her sense of taste and smell, so she begs her twin sister to switch places with her. She does, and things go from there. It's, you know, a story we've seen time and time again, but I did enjoy my time listening to it. Like I said, very forgettable. 2.5 stars if we're being honest. 4 stars if we're just in the holiday spirit. And then I didn't get to Overlord. I just ran out of time, which is unfortunate, but I do want to read the whole series, so maybe, you know, I'll do that soon because I have to start another video now that it's another week, which is crazy, but it just, that's the only way I can keep up is if I actively read. And I love posting, so I don't see myself slowing down with that. But on Sunday, I did so much. I read 473 pages because of this book. Wow. This book is not going to be for everyone, but damn, was it for me. It was so good. 5 stars. I put this on my 6-star shelf on Goodreads, which if you go on there, there's only 3 books. Oh, I freaking loved this. I was so obsessed with it. Like, the second half of this book, just laid in bed and had my audiobook going while I followed along because I was so invested. I was like giggling, I was laughing, I was like rolling my eyes, I like gasped. I was so invested. But I think that unless you have a certain type of humor, unless you roll with the cringy stuff, unless you don't take things too seriously, you're not gonna like it. I'd say that if you like stupid humor, if you like anime or manga, specifically isekai stories, you're gonna like this, or there's a chance that you will. You cannot take yourself too seriously with this book because it is goofy, silly. And the reason I say that is because I went on Goodreads and people were just giving this 1 star, saying like DNF 1 star. I could not get past the main character saying I'm the villain, I'm so bad. And yeah, it's cringy, but that's like the point, you know. I don't know, I feel like this is only for a certain type of person. And I'm definitely I already ordered another copy and I'm like on Mercari trying to find the Fairy Loot edition. I'm so mad at myself that I skipped it because I have the Fairy Loot adult box and I skipped this. Like, oh, and now I want it. So I'm trying to find one that's not a ridiculous amount of money because I need it. And the second book comes out in September of this year. I will be reading that. Like, can I get an arc of this? Because I need to read the second book as soon as it is available. Oh, I love this so much. And I think I talked about it, but we follow Ray, who is dying of cancer. And she gets an offer to get transported into her favorite fantasy world book series. And she takes it. And once she's there, she gets put in the body of the villainess. She's called the Lady Dipped in Blood, I think. Her name's Rehenna, and she is an integral part of the story, but she has an early exit in the book, which is a problem because she is tasked with finding this like magic flower, and if she finds a magic flower, she can then come back to our world and live cancer free. That's like the deal. And so she goes in there, and damn, it's like a whole journey. It very much is reading like if you watched Overlord or any like Sword Art Online, where they are going into games and they like become one with the game. Like they end up talking to these characters and stuff, and it very much becomes their life in isekai story. Like, I freaking love this. And from the start, she gets like 2 companions. One is her maidservant and the other is her guard. And I love the guard. He is so unhinged, but I loved him from the beginning. And I really like Rahela. Ray, yes, she's cringy and she has stupid dialogue, but I loved it. I loved every part of it. And I feel like it's very realistic, like what happened. Like, I feel like if somebody got transported, like I don't want to spoil anything for you, but I feel like I would mess things up too. Like I would be thinking some type of way, and I really liked it. So I gave this 5 stars, and like I said, I hope that I can find this for a reasonable price on Mercari or from someone selling it, because I need that fairy late edition. But yeah, it was a successful week. So we read all these books right here in the week, which we read 5 books. Like I said, it tracks. I've been reading 5 books a week in March. And yeah, some of them I was super excited for, and they didn't work out as I thought they would. But I think they were all pretty much solid, with the exception of maybe this first one, Terms and Conditions. Didn't love that one, but I liked Heavenly Bodies. I like this one. This Christmas one, I could have done without reading that, but it's been done. And then this one, the surprise of the vlog, and I'm so happy that I read it. But yeah, thanks so much for hanging out with me this week. I'm sure it was a long one, but I thought it was fun just to see how it went, just so you could see how much I read as a slow reader that has a lot of time to read. So yeah, as always, give the video a thumbs up. It helps the channel out a lot, and subscribe if you haven't already for more reading vlogs. If you have any suggestions for video ideas, or just like what you want to see or anything like that, let me know down below, because this was different and it was fun. I liked it. See you soon. Bye.